sometimes, especially for yoga therapist types, like your goal is to keep yourself, buoyant and healthy and then help others. Now, I'm not saying that's your goal, but it doesn't always have to be like a super lofty sort of spiritual goal in the classical sense where you're trying to, you know, have a cigar with God tomorrow or whatever. You know what I mean? Like there's everyone has different reasons they're doing it.
Well, I think that's why I'm enjoying this study so much, is because maybe it is giving me a goal for my practice, which is to get together enough that I can help somebody else get balanced.
Right. So the goal is, you've heard, like, there's different kinds of yoga, like jnana yoga, karma yoga. Have you ever heard this concept?
Heard the concepts, yeah.
So yeah, there's different types of yogas, and some of them involve studying, texts, and some of them involve, doing lots of sort of physical kinds of practice, more physical kinds of practices, and moving yourself forward that way. And then karma yoga is like really all about being selfless, like selfless service. You know what I mean? So your practice becomes about, not that, that doesn't mean you have to be totally selfless, but, the idea behind it, is if you go to any, ashram in India, I mean, they feed people. Like that's what they do. That's part of your practice. You stand there and dole out dal for, ever, to starving people. Like and it's for you. That's your practice to help people. So when you're a yoga therapist, it's kind of murky there, but like that's part of it, right? It's like that's one of the paths where you're, I'm practicing so I can, help you. And you're also selfish.
And it helps me too.
Right. It's like to pretend you have no selfish interest is bizarre, but but there's that part where it's only meaningful in a spiritual way if I'm helping somebody else, or even if it's but even if I'm keeping myself together so that I can help others, not in a yoga way, not in a yoga therapy way, right? Just I can be a useful contributor.